Iran has an arrest warrant out for President Trump. They want the current US president behind bars and to pay for the murder of Iran's major general. But is this even possible? Does Iran have enough power to make this happen? Can Trump be arrested, or is he untouchable? I'm going to be discussing this all today, only on Life's Biggest Questions. Hey everyone, what's up and welcome back to Life's Biggest Questions. The voice you're currently listening to belongs to me, Lindsay Ivan, your voice of reason for today's video, which is what if Iran arrests President Donald Trump? But before I begin, make sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Life's Biggest Questions. With that being said, let's dive on into the video. On January 3rd, 2020, Trump ordered a missile strike which ended up killing Iran's major general, who was said to be the second most powerful person in Iran. This has increased the tension between the two countries. Iran retaliated by bombarding 2 air bases holding US troops with missiles. No one was killed, but more than 100 troops have been diagnosed with traumatic brain injuries. But Iran isn't through with getting revenge just yet. On Monday, June 29th, Tehran's prosecutor Ali al-Qasem said that Trump, along with 30 others said to be involved, face murder and terrorism charges for the murder of the major general. Iran issued an arrest warrant and asked Interpol for help in detaining the president. But Interpol has refused to help. Its constitution forbids it to intervene in situations or activities of political, military, religious, or racial character. Interpol does not intervene and does not issue red notices of political nature. And this is certainly political nature. A red notice is the highest level notice issued by Interpol that seeks the location and arrest of the individual named. US-Iran envoy Brian Hook said the warrant was a propaganda stunt. He said that Interpol can't intervene because, and I quote, "This is of political nature, this has nothing to do with national security, international peace, or promoting stability." So without Interpol's help, it's going to be awfully hard to arrest Trump and the 30 other individuals. But Ali is determined to make him pay. But can a president even be arrested, and has it happened before? Surprisingly, it has. Back in 1872, the 18th President of the United States, Ulysses S. Grant, was arrested. I mean, it wasn't for a big crime, but he still got arrested. Grant loved fast horses. In fact, he would often speed around on his horse. Police received multiple complaints, and some people were even injured by these speeding horses. Eventually, this led to the arrest of the president. Now, I know times have changed because currently it's a pretty gray area surrounding whether a president can or cannot be arrested. Ken Starr, former United States Solicitor General, stated that it is proper, constitutional, and legal for a federal grand jury to indict a sitting president for serious criminal acts that are not part of and are contrary to the president's official duties. However, the attack on Iran was considered part of his presidential duties. The Trump administration viewed Iran's major general as a ruthless killer. The Pentagon blamed him for the deaths of hundreds of Americans and US allies in the months leading up to his killing. The Pentagon said that the strike was a defensive action which they hoped would deter future attacks from Iran. But let's pretend that somehow Iran manages to arrest President Trump. What would happen? First off, Trump wouldn't be calling the shots anymore. This would prevent the president from carrying out his constitutionally assigned functions. It's said that if the president dies, resigns, or is removed from office, or in this case arrested, then the vice president will become the president for the rest of the term. So Mr. Mike Pence would be in charge. Now, what would happen if Pence became president? Some people believe that Pence would be worse than Trump, and that with Pence as president, we would be begging for Trump to come back. For starters, they believe that Pence will get less done than Trump. In 12 years in Congress, Pence has never passed any legislation and never whipped votes. People claim he isn't the most successful when it comes to fulfilling his agenda. The Washington Post claims that Pence rarely articulated clear proposals, has no skill at political deal-making, and struggles to set his priorities. On top of that, Pence is an extreme fundamentalist Christian. If he was president, he would push for legislation to support these ideologies, like maybe introducing Christian practices into classrooms and having Christianity as a requirement to run for office. Furthermore, he opposes same-sex marriage, so this might restrict the freedom of LGBTQ+ individuals. He may put more focus and care into looking after Christian individuals than protecting the LGBTQ+ community, as well as he may take away the rights of women. We all know that he is anti-abortion. Anyone who has an unplanned pregnancy will be stripped of the decision because it does not align with Pence's beliefs. Furthermore, he may cut certain funding from science-related government programs like NASA and place those funds into religious organizations. Now, here are some pros to having Pence as the president. Some say that President Pence would be a more effective leader during times of crisis and war. Pence also has a lot of connections and discipline that Trump lacks. Let's continue on. What else would happen if Trump gets arrested? Well, he would be in the headlines for months. Media outlets would be reporting on this story day in and day out. There would never be a dull moment. It would be filled with constant entertainment. Of course, Trump would throw a huge fit if he got arrested. He would do everything and anything to be freed. I feel like he would even start the Twitter hashtag #FreeTrump. Or he would somehow find a means to escape no matter what it costs him. Can't you hear him complaining already, saying, "Do you know who I am? I'm the president," or saying how outrageous it is for him to be arrested and demanding justice? He definitely is not going down without a fight. Also, I can't imagine that prison life would do Trump any good. He's either going to be loved by his fellow prisoners or be placed in isolation for protection if he doesn't get along with them. I could see the latter. He would be so cocky thinking he's just the best inmate, deserves longer showers and special privileges. With no bodyguards to protect him, he may just get in a few scraps. But that's not all. This would change the future of decision making for all presidents in America. They would all be more cautious about their decisions with fear that they too could get arrested, which may be a good thing. They may think extra hard before taking any drastic measures. They may consider all the outcomes instead of just jumping the gun. On the other hand, if for some reason Trump did get arrested, he could easily pay bail and then just stay in the luxury of his home waiting for his trial, which he would probably win. Like I said before, the action he took falls under what he's allowed to do as president. This would fuel Trump even more. He would probably go on to say that he is undefeatable and has ultimate power, no one can take him down, which in turn would infuriate Iran, who would probably try to do something else to take down Trump. Either way, I could just see this all ending badly. Ali even said that he would continue to pursue his prosecution even after his presidency ends, meaning that when the president no longer has his full true power, Ali will strike. This just shows the lengths he will go to make Trump pay, which is quite scary. But like I mentioned before, it seems to be that Trump won't be getting arrested anytime soon. That's all for today's video. Let's move on to our comment shoutout portion. I'll be shouting out comments for my video, "Will Jenna Marbles ever return to YouTube?" Moonface has commented, "What if Megalodon was vegan?" Well, then that just changes everything and he's not that scary. Can you imagine that? Wow. Fox Jake commented, "What if the clown sightings started up again?" Okay, please do not give 2020 any more ideas. All we need is killer clowns coming in at July or August. Noah Dennis commented, "Who made SpongeBob SquarePants?" That was easy. Steven Hillenberg. Fun fact, he was a marine biology teacher. Rest in peace. And that's all the comments I'm showing out for today's video. Make sure to comment something down below for a chance to be featured in my next comment shoutout. And as always, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to Life's Biggest Questions for more thought-provoking videos. I've been your host, Lindsay Ivan, and stay curious, YouTube.